Welcome everyone and thank you so much for joining in. So if you are here to find out what exactly is happening right now with price action of Bitcoin and also what kind of scenario to expect next, then guys, you are definitely at the right place, because in this video I have prepared some very interesting scenario which is pointing out what the price of Bitcoin might be doing here in the medium short term and also in the upcoming days. So if that is exactly what you wanted to hear, then please hit the like button, and also for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. So now starting here in a weekly time frame, in a weekly guys, we have been very clear. If the price of Bitcoin manages to remain or stay above this 46,000 range, then in the upcoming days we could be slowly getting gravitated towards this 0.5 to 0.618 Fibonacci line before choosing a trend direction, because we know in the past Bitcoin price action, whenever the price of Bitcoin has shown any sort of a movement and also a relief rally, we have always got gravitated towards the 0.5, 0.618, and only after getting rejection around that area we have started this actual downward price movement. So that's why for us, since we have already actually broken out of this resistance line around this 50 weekly moving average, which right now is also going to be a strong line of support for Bitcoin. So that's why guys, here in a weekly time frame, remaining above this 46,000 could lead to a relief rally where the price of Bitcoin could be getting approached around this 50,000 to 55,000 range, and only after that, only after reaching around this area, it chooses an actual trend direction. So that's why we want the weekly to remain above this 46,000 range. And beside this example, if you also look at the price action of Bitcoin using this Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, and also here in a weekly time frame, the price now is holding its ground around this 23.61 Fibonacci line, because we know this orange line has always been a very important line of support for Bitcoin. Because in the past Bitcoin price action, you can see in an uptrend guys, in an uptrend, whenever the price of Bitcoin has found or broken out of this orange line, the 23.61 Fibonacci line, we always got gravitated towards the next Fibonacci line, 38.20. In an uptrend, this has unfolded again and again, and we have talked about this plenty of time in my videos. In an uptrend, after breaking out of this orange line, the price of Bitcoin has always got gravitated towards the next Fibonacci line, and in our case this next Fibonacci line is lying around 59,000 area. I don't want to be this bullish, I'm being very honest, but for the medium short term, even if we are not going to reach the 38.20 Fibonacci line, what I strongly believe is that price could be getting gravitated at least around this 50 to 55,000 range, and only after that chooses an actual trend direction. So that's why here in a weekly time frame, remaining above 46,000 is so important for us. And beside this guys, what we also talked on my yesterday video was this accumulation phase. And why this accumulation phase right now is so important is because if you monitor the price movement around this area, and also from this example you can see in phase D, the consolidation, what we are seeing right now and also shown here in an example, is very normal. I mean, the price of Bitcoin, even if we are seeing this relief rally type of scenario happening, we could still form this more of a range bound type of scenario, or so-called this symmetrical triangle, right, type of formation, and after that a new impulsive movement here in this manner. So that's why for us here in a weekly time frame, 46,000 is very important, and in a daily time frame, 44 to 45,000 is a must hold support line for Bitcoin, because we want this price also to look exactly like this Wyckoff accumulation phase, and after breaking above this upper line area from the symmetrical triangle, if that's going to happen, right, then we could be slowly entering inside this phase E area. And as I've already said you, I personally believe the price of Bitcoin could be seeing this movement at least towards this 50 to 55,000, right, before choosing an actual trend direction. So even though this is actually looking more of a Wyckoff's accumulation phase, and if we are not going to see this actual Markov phase here in this manner, then we are still expecting, right, the price of Bitcoin to come at least towards this 0.5, 0.618, and only after that decide what to do next, either an impulsive movement or corrective movement from there on. So that's why all eyes are going to be around this 50 to 55,000 range for Bitcoin. And besides this example yesterday, we also talked about this ascending triangle, because we know that this upper line, which previously acted as a resistance, has already been broken, right? And any sort of a pullback we have said this 45 to 44,000 is again going to be acting as a strong line of support for Bitcoin. So that's why even if we are going to see a shakeout or more of a range bound type of scenario, staying around this 45,000 is still a very good sign here in a daily time frame for Bitcoin. So that's why this lower line, the previous temporary raise line, the upper line area from this ascending triangle is definitely going to be a strong line of support if we see any sort of a retracement happening. And beside this upper line area from this ascending triangle, also the previous temporary raise line from this descending broadening wedge, right? Because while we were forming this descending broadening wedge, we had this very important line between this 44 to 45,000 inside the descending broadening wedge. And now, since we have already broken out of this upper line resistance and also retested the previous temporary raise line, staying above this 45,000 could still lead to this new impulsive movement where we could be getting gravitated towards this 0.5 to 0.618 Fibonacci line before choosing a trend direction. So that's why, guys, that's why for us, this upper line area, also the target from this descending broadening wedge, you can see, which is around 52,000, is where we could be actually getting gravitated if the price manages to remain above this 46,000 in a weekly time frame and 45,000 in a daily time frame. So let's look at this price action of Bitcoin in a 4-hour time frame and find out what exactly is unfolding right now. Because if you have watched my video from yesterday, guys, I showed you that the price of Bitcoin could be forming this descending broadening wedge type of formation here, right? And we know that this upper line in the past has acted as a strong line of resistance. Any sort of a retracement, the same line would be acting as a support. And this is exactly what happened. Price saw this retracement, right? We even had this fake out, but price somehow managed to came across this line and again started this really nice movement here to the upside. So now what to expect next? Will this trend also continue this rally and we are going to be approaching again towards this 48,000 range one more time? Why? Because if you look at this price movement right now, let me remove this upper line area from this descending broadening wedge and also the lower line area, because if you look at this price structure here, guys, and simply add this trend line here to the upside, here you can see very clearly that the price of Bitcoin right now could be forming so-called right angle broadening wedge. And according to this right angle broadening wedge, if you look at this example, what we are looking at is this descending right angle broadening wedge, because according to the descending right angle broadening wedge, you can see the price after breaking out of this upper line area, right, and also after retesting it, it usually starts this new impulsive movement, but the support after retest must be there. And if you look in our case, guys, you can see the price of Bitcoin now has broken out of this resistance line. This upper line, this horizontal line, was a very important line of resistance, as you can see, right? Each and every time the price tried to break out of it, we got a rejection. And now, since we are above it, if the daily manages to close around this 46,700, 46,800 area, then this could be a movement right here in this manner. A impulsive movement, quick retest around this previous temporary raise line, and then continue this rally at least towards this 48,000 here in a medium short term. So these are some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then please hit the like button, and also for those individuals watching it for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.